NPH. Leaders in Canadian basketball.
There's not many ways that you get to represent your country, and this is the one that I would choose if I had a choice, and it's a great honor, so thank you.
You know, when I think about who you want to run, you know, your team, to coach your team, to lead your team, you know, obviously you want someone who's qualified and competent, which Jay is. He's coached at every level. You want somebody that has great experience, which he has. But one of the things that I love about Jay is that he's a basketball lifer. You know, he's a gym rat that turned into a pro, that turned into a coach, and turned into a professional coach. And if you're walking down the hall, if you're in an elevator, if you're having a beer, you know, whenever the conversation, which it usually is about basketball, he's got a big smile on his face, and he's completely engaged. And it's a beautiful thing when you see people passionate about what they do. And you know, it's really a pleasure for me to be able to sit here today and announce Jay Triano as our head men's basketball coach for the Canadian national basketball team.
Eventually, there's one day where we got to make a difference, and to have, you know, Steve come back. He's still an NBA basketball player. He doesn't need to do this. I think is a huge tribute to him to come back and care about the next generation of Canadians, and to have Rowan quit his job so that he can come back and look after the next generation of Canadians. I think that that's what this sport is about. That's what our relationships were about in the past, and that's what they're about moving forward in the future, is that we care and we keep passing along. Coaches are going to be Greg Francis, who was in the finals last year at the University of Alberta, and now he's at the University of Waterloo. Dave Smart is going to be an assistant coach, perennial winner at the CIS level from the University of Carleton. And Kelvin Sampson, from assistant coach with the Houston Rockets, who I've been friends with for a long time, and he will be with one of the other assistant coaches here. We've got a variety of other coaches here helping this week that will be part of the program in some area moving forward. I think one thing for sure is that we have, I've said all along, we have great coaches. I've had a chance to work with in the NBA for a variety of years, and I've had different assistant coaches I've worked with that have worked for me, who have been college coaches in the United States, and I think that our top coaches in Canada rank right up there with their knowledge and what they understand about the game. I also think that it's important that we grow the game in this country, and I think to do that we need to involve our best coaches and have our best coaches come in, work with our players, learn about the NBA game, and I think it's a great way for us to grow the game in our country when we have our Canadian coaches who can relate stories and share with the other Canadian coaches in our country. And that's how we're going to keep growing the sport in Canada.
You know, for me, playing on the national team was invaluable as far as where I am in my career. You know, without the national team, I may not have been an NBA player. Without the national team, I would have not had the success I've had. So, you know, I want to offer the same opportunity and then some to these kids by hopefully improving the programming, obviously raising more money, and having the resources to be able to put it back on the court so the kids can get better and better, and we can develop players in this country.
And you to have Steve say that the greatest basketball experience of his life was playing in the Olympic Games. I mean, if that message doesn't resonate with our young kids, then we have to evaluate whether we want them representing our country. And I think it will. I think, you know, the stories and the people that we have, and there are going to be distractions, and our kids are distracted by numerous things these days. But our goal is to try to get them focused and have them believe in a dream, and that dream is to represent Canada.
The exciting part is that we got a chance to do something great, and that we've got a lot of tremendous kids that have talent, and we want to try to develop them the best we can, and hopefully if we develop them individually, we'll be able to develop something special collectively.
I hope that that next 12 group of Canadians is sitting in the room when we address them tonight and try to motivate them to become the next group of Olympians.